These will not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you another in our series of bicentennial celebrations in the American spirit from ABC.
Welcome to Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. Hello, I'm Grant Turner, and this is a very special night. The 50th anniversary of the Grand Ole Opry. And here to kick off this 2,601st consecutive performance is the king of country music, Roy Acuff and his Smoky Mountain Boys. When was the last time you got up before the sun? Watch while the night and day melded into one. When was the last time you really looked at rain dripping down the gutter, splashing on the window pane? Back in the country now, I know you're going to say. Back in the country, don't you wish that you had stayed? Back in the country where the roses still grow wild. Back in the country where you walk those country miles. Well, this is the Grand Ole Opry's 50th anniversary. And to celebrate, we've got a lot of brand new faces, but we got a lot of old friends visiting with us. And I guess the best way to introduce them would be alphabetically. Would you make welcome, please, Mr. Bill Anderson, Chet Atkins, the Carter family, Johnny Cash, Roy Clark, Jerry Clower, Freddie Fender, the True Jar Drinkers, old country line. Back in the country, I know you're gonna be. Back in the country, don't you wish that you had stayed? Back in the country where the lonely river winds. Back in the country where the road goes on a straight line.
I'm here in Nashville for this country music jamboree and jam session. Welcome to the celebration.
Back in the country there I know you're gonna stay.
And now we present a Borden special event. 90 minutes of fun at the Grand Ole Opry. Brought to you by our family of great brands. If it's Borden, it's got to be good.
Back in the country now I know you're gonna stay.
If you're being zapped by your zipper, don't blame the zipper. Switch to Borden Lightline Slices. As part of your reduced calorie diet, Lightline can help you shape up because it has only half the calories of processed American cheese. Just half. Yet Lightline is high in protein, so it's a good way to keep nutrition up while cutting calories down. Don't let zipper zap you. Enjoy Borden Lightline. Keep nutrition up, calories down.
Back in 1853, people started coming to George Crumb's place to taste the world's first potato chips. His were honest potato chips. No additives, no artificial ingredients. Today, Wise makes a potato chip the same original, all-natural way. And Wise doesn't bleach its chip like most others do, because that washes out some flavor. We slice real potatoes and cook them till they're crisp and golden and naturally delicious. Just like George's.
That's a train whistle there. That part that went woo. That part. There. That's a bell on the train. That's a yellow-bellied sapsucker. It's a bird. It don't even belong in the song. That was me going. That's a train going. When you leave here tonight, you're going to be a wealth of information. Somebody say, what did he do? He said he went, woo, and
There you go. I was so proud for you. I was too.
Mama never did wear them, but I never did have none to ride, and you got through with it.
There's no backstage in the world quite like backstage at the Grand Ole Opry. Kind of a cross between a family reunion and a down-home picnic. If you're kinfolk, friend, or neighbor, you're welcome to wander the halls, watch some wings, sit on stage, or just mosey out into the audience.
Let's welcome the fruit jar drinkers. Here they are.
I'll be a married man. Fare the well, old Joe Clark, goodbye, Betty Brown. Fare the well, old Joe Clark, I'm gonna leave this town.
When those first ships landed at the Jamestown colony, you can bet that among the passengers was at least one fiddler. Since the first settlers broke the wilderness, Americans have been making music for their wives and kids, friends and neighbors. Old tunes, rising like hickory smoke, drifting over the cornfields and the piney woods. Plain working people, finding a way to speak their most deep and secret feelings. Songs familiar as morning, real as rain.
I'd rather be in some dark holler where the sun don't ever shine than to see you with another and to know you'd never be mine.
Country music. Songs that ring with the pure joy of being alive. Songs saying, this who I am, this what I come from.
Born a coal miner's daughter in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler. We were poor, but we had love. That's the one thing that Daddy made sure of. He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar. My daddy worked all night in the Vanderbilt coal mine, all day long in the field of hoeing corn. Mommy rocked the babies that night and read the Bible by the coal oil light, and everything would start all over come break of morn. Daddy loved and raised their kids on a miner's pay. Mommy scrubbed our clothes on a washboard every day. Well, I've seen her fingers bleed to complain there was no need. She'd smile at Mommy's understanding way. In the summertime, we didn't have shoes to wear, but in the wintertime, we'd all get a brand new pair.
put all the clams in my chowder?
Who put all the clams in my chowder?
Who put all the clams in my chowder?
Snow's did. Chowder is what we make, and nobody makes New England and Manhattan-style chowders like we do. Full of tender clams and fresh Maine potatoes. If you like chowder, you'll love Snow's.
Who makes the best chowder you ever tasted?
Snow's, the chowder lover's chowder.
You're about to see a test of strength. We're gluing these beams together with Elmer's Glue All. No nails, no bolts. Will the Elmer's hold? Let's see. Look, the Elmer's held. Elmer's was stronger than the wood itself. Stronger than you'll ever need for most household jobs. Elmer's, America's favorite glue.
Bill Monroe with his Bluegrass Boys.
Till the break of day, when they call her a holler, don't you know, you know, Uncle Ben was ready to go. Uncle Ben played a fiddle, Lordy, how it rang, you'd hear it talk, you'd hear it sing. Boston boy, the greatest of all, what Jenny Lynn, to me that's where fiddling begins. Uncle Ben played the fiddle, Lordy, how it rang, you could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. Oh, I'll never forget that mournful day when Uncle Ben was called away. They hung up his fiddle, they hung up his bow. It was time for him to go. Uncle Ben played the fiddle, Lordy, how it rang. You'd hear it talk, you'd hear it sing.
On college campuses now, they're discovering the kind of music that Bill Monroe has been playing on the Grand Ole Opry for half a century. Pre-med students at Duke and Rutgers taking up the mandolin and mountain fiddle. Engineering majors at Ohio State and Berkeley getting off on the guitar and the banjo. But there are hundreds of places across America where they don't have to rediscover country music because it never was lost. In the Catskills, in the Rockies, in the High Sierras, in the small towns, the steel and concrete cities, Boston and Bakersfield, Toledo and Tulsa. You come on country music jamborees, folk festivals, fiddlers contests, or just a plain old get-together and jam session like this one in Smithville, Tennessee. A local shopkeeper and a welder, a bank teller and a telephone repairman, joined by a carpenter from Cookville, a distillery worker from Genoa, Illinois, a logger, and an engineer from Huntsville, Alabama.
Make you feel good, I reckon, and it sounds good, too. I was raised up with it, see, and that's just all I know is this old country music, and I love it.
And I've been in country music, just, into it all my life.
Then came the dawn, the day you left me. I tried to smile with all my might.
I think it's the theme. It relates to life, love and home and family and disappointments and trials and those things. And country music, people, why, they'll go over Niagara Falls to get to hear themselves play.
The best music is put out, the only kind's worth listening to.
I tell you who I like. I like Marty Robbins. I like his style, and he's good looking, and I like his ballads, and they always tell a story.
All day I face the barren ways without the taste of water. Ooh, water. Oh, dance I with throats burnt dry and souls that cry for water. Ooh, clear water. Keep moving, Dan, don't you listen to him, Dan. He's the devil, not a man, and he spreads the burning sands with water. Dan, can you see that big green tree where the water's running free, and it's waiting there for you and me? Water. Cool, clear water. Season tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. found, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. I know when night is gone that a new world's born at dawn. I'll keep rolling along, deep in my heart is a song. Here on the range I belong, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed. A lonely spot I know where no man may go, where the shadows have all of the room. I was riding free on that old SP, humming a southern tune, when a man came along, made me hush my song, kicked me off away out there. Please don't stop.
Take a walk, walk on over to Wyler's. Walk on over to Sunshine. Walk on over to good times. Walk on over to Wyler's.
Fall or winter, spring or summer, it's always the right season for Wyler's, the great-tasting, economical soft drink.
Walk on over to good times. Walk on over to Wyler's.
Once in a while, you find something that is very rich and very delicious. Lady Borden is like that. Lady Borden is ice cream that lives up to the name, ice cream. A variety of elegant flavors, real fruits, nuts, and berries. It's a little more expensive than other ice creams, but it's worth it. Lady Borden ice cream. Share it with the people you really like.
This time last year, there sure were a lot of sad faces around this old house. Our papa had died without fulfilling his life's dream of producing one of the best crops in Grimes County. Now Papa died with that dream still in his head, but a promise to our mama that if it was the last thing he'd ever do, he'd live long enough to see just one good crop come through. But he died with a broken promise, a broken spirit, I guess. Calluses on both hands and $2 in his pocket. He didn't live long enough to see that dream come true. But you know, we can't count on things sometime without first talking to God about it, because we don't know his way, and if we don't include him, the way can get mighty rough. They say that every time a good and righteous person is buried in God's green earth, it's just fertilizer for the soil. I guess there must be some truth to that, whether we believe it or not. I just wish my papa was here right now to see this good crop that we finally got. Man, look at them beans! Just look at that corn. And I bet them watermelons must be 3 feet long. Man, look at them tomatoes. Take a look at that corn.
corn. Well, I know if Papa was here right now, he'd sure be pleased. Yes, he would. And Papa would be proud of his family, too. I got a brother that's famous now. Tommy travels all over the country. Got a customized bus imported from Europe. Doing mighty good for himself. That boy always did love music, and he loves to travel. I got a sister that's got a good job working in a beauty parlor, making money, making other people look good. Ain't nobody here at home now but me and Mama. Mama, she's getting older, and she's getting weaker every day, and she talks often about joining Papa in his heavenly home. Lord, that woman sure did love that man. She worked beside my Papa for 40-some-odd years, trying to produce a good crop, never could grow a bean worth picking. I just wish Papa was here right now to see this good crop that we finally got. Man, look at them beans! Just look at that corn. And I bet them watermelons must be 3 feet long. Man, look at them tomatoes. Take a look at them peas. Well, I know if Papa was here right now, he'd sure be pleased. And Papa, if you can hear me, look at them beans. Yeah.
It's empty now, but for over 30 years, this house, the old home of the Grand Ole Opry, was filled with the most marvelous sounds. People came from miles and sat in here and laughed and cried and had fun. And the love that flowed across these footlights. In fact, love is what Minnie Pearl is all about. You know, I created her from all the country girls that I've known all my life growing up here in the hills of Tennessee. She never would win a beauty contest. All the world she wanted was just to love people and make them laugh and have them love her back. I guess love is a kind of a trademark of Minnie Pearl, like the silly price tag on the hat. And the greeting, howdy, I'm just so proud to be here. Grandpa Jones, bless your soul.
What are you doing, breaking beans,
Sit down, I wanted to talk to you.
Well, good.
Well, you're going to have to be careful. I know something on you.
What do you know on me?
Well, I heard about it. Last night, you better pull down your shades, boy, I'm telling you.
Why?
Well, Steve Jones said he passed by your house last night, and a shade was all the way to the top, and he seen you kissing your wife. He seen you.
The joke's on him. I wasn't even home last night. Well, what about your brother? I ain't heard nothing about him.
Well, I'll tell you, he's a smart boy.
Yeah, I know he is.
Runs in our family.
Yes, sir.
Like big feet. Every one of us have to back up to a door if we aim to knock on it.
Is that right?
He's a smart boy. I'll tell you, he was sitting down there by the side of the road the other day, and there's a fella come by in a big Cadillac.
Yeah.
And Brother's sitting there at the crossroads.
Uh-huh.
And the fella says to Brother, he says, where does that road go? Brother says, I don't know. He says, well, where does that one go right there? Brother says, I don't know. Fella says, you don't know much, do you? And Brother says, I know I ain't lost. Oh, he's a good one.
Hey, you ain't told me a thing about Lizzie Tinkham yet.
Oh, Lizzie.
And I love to hear about her.
Well, she's a sight in this world.
Oh, I know.
Oh, Lizzie's never married. They named the fire engine they got lately after her.
Is that right?
Named it Lizzie Tinkham because it's always ready and seldom called for. You know, things are late getting to grind a switch. And streaking just got there.
Is that right?
Yeah, she come, Miss Lizzie Tinkham, she come a-running down the main road at Grind a Switch the other day without a stitch on. Lizzie done it, just come a-running down there, just running as hard as she could. Steve Jones run out of his general store and said, Miss Lizzie, what in the world are you doing? She said, I'm a-streaking in my birthday suit. He said, well, it'd have looked a lot better if you'd have ironed it.
Good food, homemade good, 'cause cooking that starts with Borden is cooking that's homemade good.
Tangy, no-cook lemon meringue pie is easy when you start with Borden Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. The shortcut recipe is on the label. Simply add Borden real lemon reconstituted lemon juice, egg yolks, and grated lemon. The filling thickens without cooking. Top with meringue, brown, and chill.
Cooking that starts with Borden is cooking that's homemade good.
Mincemeat cookies and pies that are homemade good start with Borden None Such Mincemeat. The easy recipes are on the jar. And your favorite party eggnog will get off to a great start with creamy, rich Borden eggnog. Easy recipe treats, real homemade goodness from Borden.
Cooking that starts with Borden is cooking that's homemade good.
50 years ago, in any city in America, if you said music, it meant the kind of tunes Tin Pan Alley was selling. In the big city ballrooms on Broadway and Vaudeville Circuit, in the movies and on the radio, it was the roaring 20s. The popular songs were catchy, all right, but they didn't have much to do with the world of farmers and cotton mill workers, backcountry women, and small-town shopkeepers. 50 years ago, the only place they could tune in their own kind of music were a couple of local radio stations and one nationwide clear-channel station operating out of Nashville. Station WSM's Grand Ole Opry, presenting Uncle Jimmy Thompson and his fiddle, Uncle Dave Macon and his banjo, Dr. Humphrey Bate and his possum hunters, the Gully Jumpers, presenting Fiddlin' Sid Hartreader, and the sweetest singers of them all, the Carter family out of the Clinch Mountains of Virginia.
Oh, I'll twine with my mangoes and wave in black cars, with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, and the myrtle...
Working here tonight, as they did in those old days, with a wonderful guitar picker named Chet Atkins.
And I look like that was blooming to cheer him through life's weary hour. Oh, I long to see him and regret the dark hour. He's gone and neglected this pale wildwood flower.
Things were bad, but there's a silver lining behind every cloud. Just poor people, that's all we were, trying to make a living out of black plunder. We'd get together in a family circle, singing loud. Daddy sing bass.
Mama sang tenor.
Me and little brother would join right in there, 'cause singing seemed to help a troubled soul. One of these days, it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join the family circle at the throne. Oh no, the circle won't be broken. By and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sing bass.
Mom sang tenor.
Me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I remember after work, Mama would call in all of us, and you could hear us singing for a country mile. Now little brother's done gone on, I'll rejoin him in the throne. We'll be together again up yonder in a little while. Daddy sing bass.
Mama sang tenor.
Yeah, 'cause singing seemed to help a troubled soul. One of these days, it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join the family circle at the throne. Oh no, the circle won't be broken. By and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sing bass.
Mom sang tenor.
Me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky.
When George D. Hay, the solemn old judge, used to introduce a fiddle tune, he'd say, "Let's dance this one, children." Well, that's just exactly what we're going to do. Here's a whole herd of them to do just that. The Rutherford County Square Dancers. The Tennessee Travelers. The Stony Mountain Cloggers.
Cracker Jack. Was there ever a time when kids didn't go for it? Or when parents didn't get a kick out of seeing a kid's face light up? Caramel-coated popcorn and peanuts. And a secret toy surprise. Nice, isn't it? That something kids like so much is wholesome and 100% natural. Cracker Jack. It's a nice thing to do for a kid.
Little does Elsie know that Beauregard is going after the chocolate milk.
Beauregard.
Oh, Mom, here.
I know Borden Dutch chocolate milk is a special treat, but only one glass at a time.
Oh, boy.
Well, ask your mom for Borden Dutch chocolate, made with rich, whole milk, in the brown carton with my picture on it.
Remember, if it's Borden, it's got to be good.
He came on the country music scene out of Georgia with a song about city lights. Bill Anderson.
There's a whole lot of people looking down their noses at me, 'cause I didn't come from a wealthy family. There was 10 of us living in a two-room shack on the banks of the river by the railroad track. We kept chickens in a pen in the back, and everybody said we was poor folks. My daddy was a farmer, but all he ever raised was us. He dug a 40-foot well and hit 36 gallons of dust. The Salvation Army gave us clothes to wear. A man from the county came to cut our hair. We lived next door to a millionaire, but we wasn't nothing except poor folks. Poor folks living in a rich folks' world, we sure was a hungry bunch. If the wolf had ever come to our front door, he'd have had brought a picnic lunch, but we had something in our house that money can't buy. Kept us warm in the winter, cool when the sun was high. For whenever we didn't have food enough and the howling winds would get pretty rough, we'd patch the cracks and set the table with love. 'Cause that's what you do when you're poor folks, and we wasn't nothing but poor folks. My mama and my daddy was poor folks. My brother and my sister was poor folks. My dog and my cat was poor folks. And even the poor folks was poor folks.
In the early 1930s, America plunged into the Great Depression. And that was when a new voice appeared out of nowhere. A country boy from Meridian, Mississippi named James Charles Rogers, with a pocket full of songs that were going to influence a whole generation of singers, including Ernest Tubb.
All around the water tank, waiting for a train, 1,000 miles away from home, sleeping in the rain. I walked up to a brakeman just to give him a line of talk. He says, if you've got money, I'll see that you don't walk. Well, I haven't got a nickel, not a penny can I show. Get off, you railroad bum, and he slammed the boxcar door.
Jimmy Rogers. His mother died when he was 4. He hit the road with his daddy, a rambling railroad man, going to work at the age of 14 as a brakeman on the New Orleans and Northeastern line, picking up his songs from bums and hobos, learning the blues from gandy dances and chain gang roustabouts. He was a frail little guy with a hacking cough. By the time he was 28, the TB finished him on the railroads. So he took out trying to make it as a musician, playing the whistle stops, the jerk waters, and the tank tanks.
Well, he put me off in Texas, a state I dearly love. The wide open spaces all around me, the moon and stars up above. Nobody seems to want me or to lend me a helping hand. I'm on my way from Frisco, I'm going back to Dixieland. Though my pocketbook is empty and my heart is full of pain, I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just waiting for a train.
Jimmy Rogers. His songs were a mirror of the life that millions of people knew was real because they were living it. Within a year, Jimmy Rogers was America's first country music star. A living legend, a poor boy who made it to the top. And then a few months short of his 38th birthday, just 6 years from the time he cut his first record, Jimmy Rogers was dead, leaving his songs to speak for the outsider and the outcast, the working stiff and the one-mule farmer, the down and outer freezing his tail on the lonesome highway.
Vessel that's empty and useless, and I am a bad seed that fell by the way, and I am a loser that wants to be a winner, and you are my last hope, don't turn me away. I am a seeker, a poor sinful creature. There is no weaker than I am. I am a seeker, and you are a teacher, and you are a reacher, so reach down. What do you reach out and lead me? Hold me and keep me in the shelter of your care each day. 'Cause I am a seeker, and you are a keeper, and you are a leader. Won't you show me the way? Wash my sins away. 'Cause I am a seeker, and you are a keeper, and you are a leader. Won't you show me the way?
When you spray paint, what you want is a beautiful, smooth finish without runs and drips. That's why I switched to Krylon. Look at this test. Krylon versus the other leading brand. See? The other brand is running, but Krylon's fast dry formula helps you avoid runs and drips. With Krylon, even an amateur can get a professional finish. Beautiful. Krylon for the beautiful professional finish.
Waltex brings the country indoors to any room with its new country look. Now, with Waltex, you can decorate your kitchen in the warm glows of calico and denim, or mix and match gingham and quilt patterns for a country bath. Waltex fabric-backed wall covering is easy to install and just as easy to keep clean. Try Waltex stripes and denims for a cozy game room. The country look from Waltex. It makes you feel like home. These and hundreds of other decorative wall coverings available at your nearby Waltex dealer.
Begin.
track means that your loving daddy ain't coming back, 'cause I'm moving on. I'm rolling on. You were flying too high for my little old sky, so I'm moving on.
The Grand Ole Opry was mostly a country show for country folk until World War II brought them down from the hills and out of the hollows, pouring out of Texas and Arkansas and Alabama, out of Tennessee and Kentucky and West Virginia, taking their music with them like a little piece of home. On Saturday nights in Detroit and Akron and Seattle and Los Angeles, they tuned in their radios to the Grand Ole Opry.
Let this rattle or roll and keep moving me on. Across the dusty when a mucker road. Well, along came a semi with a high canvas covered load. If you're going to in a mucker mine, with me you can ride. So I climbed into the cabin and I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd seen a road with so much dust and sand. I said, listen, bud, I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Crossed the desert fair, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Reno, Chicago, I was toting my pack along the dusty when a mucker road. Long came a semi with a high and canvas covered load. If you're going to in a mucker mine, with me you can ride. So I climbed into the cabin, then I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd seen a road with some